This is KUGAN CASSIUS for Rifle TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. We're in Carshalton here. With me I've got promoter Mick Hennessy. Mick, first of all, it was a great fight, but it was kind of spoilt at the end there. What's your take on it?
Unbelievable fight, definitely a fight of the year candidate, and the end was ruined by an incompetent referee. Either an incompetent referee or a cheating referee. One of the two. That was disgraceful. I can't remember the last time I see worse refereeing than that, and he's doing it in the name of the EBU, and it's disgraceful. If you look at that all night long, he was hitting Lenny all night long with low blows, and he hit him on these ropes here, and I see it, and they was heavy blows that went in, and Lenny had no choice, he couldn't contain himself because they hurt him. I see how hard they were and how low they were. And what does the dopey ref do? He goes and gives Lenny an 8 count on the back of him being in agony. He gives Lenny an 8 count with dopey hitting him with low blows. I mean, that is beyond belief. On top of that, I told the supervisor non-stop, I went round there about 5 or 6 times, that Nieto's protector was way too high, and it was deliberately way too high. They was letting it ride high, and Lenny was throwing some lovely body blows, lovely left hooks to the body, and they was all hitting the protector. And they was hitting the protector because they was allowing, that was a tactic of theirs, letting the protector go higher. Now the dopey ref, once again, was told 3 or 4 times that protector needs salting, needs tying at the back, and they shouldn't let it ride up. And what did he do about it? Nothing. He allowed it. None of Lenny's body shots were getting through because it was so high. And on top of that, the doctor's gone and called the fight off. The doctor said, fight's over, and what happens? The dopey ref charges him and says, you're disqualified, after the doctor has stopped the fight. What is he doing? Look at the scorecards. Lenny was way ahead on the scorecards by at least 3 rounds. This, to me, is, for me, in my honest opinion, is blatant cheating. No one can be that incompetent. They just can't be.
What did you make of the actual head clash situation? What did you make of that?
It was purely. They was clashing heads all night. It was the way they fought. They fought at close quarters. Lenny's not the type of person to deliberately headbutt anyone, and that weren't. They just basically manoeuvred into each other at the same time. That's all that happens. Thanks, Tyson. Brilliant. Nice one. Thanks for coming, Tyson.
Cheers.
Thank you, John. Cheers, John.
Thanks, John. God bless, mate. Are you going to obviously appeal this, Mick?
I'm putting a major appeal in for it, definitely. It's got to. I'd love to get it overturned, but worst ways I want to get a rematch. That was disgraceful. That referee needs to be struck off, and the EBU have got him working in their name. Something needs to be done about it.
It has been a disappointing night for Lenny Daws. He's been around for so long, Mick, and you've followed his and had him under your wing, and it was a bitterly disappointment end how that went tonight, Mick.
It was, yeah, and I feel so sorry for Lenny. I'm trying to fight so hard for him out the ring, just as like he is in the ring. He's a real warrior. He's a good, honest pro. He does things the hard way. He don't get the breaks, and I'm trying to be there for him. But with cheats like that, in my opinion, it's hard for us to manoeuvre. But whatever Lenny wants to do, if he wants to carry on, I'm going to push hard for him to get that rematch.
Certainly hope you do, Mick. But the atmosphere in there was brilliant tonight, Mick. It's they really come out to support Lenny today.
They really did. Tremendous atmosphere, great arena. And I'd like to say, thanks to Tyson Fury to come out and support Lenny tonight and stay to the end and be behind him, because he'd booked a holiday and he cancelled a holiday to be here tonight to support all of us. That's what he's about, so I want to thank him.
Moving on then to the man of the moment, Tyson Fury, unified heavyweight champion. Mick, I've got to ask you, what is the situation regarding the IBF at the moment, Mick?
Could we put it on hold, KUGAN? I just want to...
Yep, no. Right, just picking this back up with Mick Hennessy. Mick, just talk about, obviously, Tyson Fury. What is the situation regarding the IBF at the moment, Mick?
The IBF, basically, his mandatory was due. They was pressing Vladimir Klitschko with it for the mandatory, and of course this fight was an exemption, and they basically now, they put it on us literally straight after the fight. Main events didn't want to negotiate; they wanted to go straight to a purse bid, and that's where we're at, really. We basically we sent them a lawyer's letter, basically saying this is all wrong. We're asking you to reconsider, and so far we've had no reply.
Obviously, the situation there is that Klitschko has to be the next fight in the rematch, so they won't let you take an exception to get Tyson's mandatory defence of the IBF out the way.
Yeah, I mean, look, Kathy Duva spoke to me after they called for purse bids and basically said, would I be interested in the Glasgow fight? Now, why would we be interested in that fight? He brings nothing to the table, he brings zero. We've done a rematch clause because we wanted to do a rematch clause. That's the biggest fight in the division. Tyson only wants the biggest fights. That's what motivates him, that's what gets him to pull out the brilliant performances. So there's no one bigger than Vladimir, and the rematch is going to be at least 5 times bigger than the original fight. So it's a no-brainer. We're going to do the rematch. We chose to do that.
What are the chances that Tyson will vacate the IBF title?
Look, if they keep pressing and there's no other solution, if they keep pressing with this, the IBF, and let's face it, it's a ridiculous decision because it's not in anyone's interest. It's not in the boxer's interest. It's not in the public's interest. It's not in their interests financially. If they keep pressing for this and there's no alternative, then Tyson is going to have to do. He's going to have to, you know, put the belt in the bin in a massive worldwide press conference. He'll have no choice because that belt will have zero value after it leaves Tyson. How can Glasgow versus Charles Martin have any value whatsoever? It's impossible.
So in an ideal situation, how would you like this to resolve itself? In what order of fights would you like this to resolve itself?
Realistically, you know, they need to see sense with Glasgow, and they need to wait and look to fight the winner of Tyson Fury versus Vladimir Klitschko. That's the sensible thing. Or if not, they should take the fight with Deontay Wilder, because, you know, it's a cheap shot what they're trying to do, really. They're trying to get a world title that has no value or no meaning. If you really believe in this cat Glasgow that he can fight, go after Deontay Wilder. Take a scalp like Tyson's just took. If you're the real deal, you're not a pretender, go after a scalp. You'll get more money for going after that scalp, and you'll get more credit afterwards. But doing what they're doing is a real cheap, low move. Vacant title with 2 no-names. Splinter in the heavyweight division. It's a joke shot.
Is there a deadline where this has to be done by?
Purse bids are the 11th.
So what do you expect to happen between now and the 11th? Anything?
Common sense on their side should prevail, but I won't hold my breath.
Just want to finally finish off by talking to you about a lot of the negative press that's come out about Tyson Fury since he won several belts last Saturday in Dusseldorf, Mick. Any response to it's kind of a witch hunt, it seems like, against him?
That's the word I used today with one of the papers. I said it's a first-class witch hunt when I was speaking to one of their so-called news reporters, and it is. And it's all started with this. What his name is, Oliver Holt at the Sunday Mail. It's disgraceful, really. You know Tyson very well. So does Spencer here. He's a playful type of person, tongue-in-cheek. And if he gets bored with repetitious questions from journalists, he will say something, and he'll say something that's going to have shock value. Not always the truth. Sometimes it's a bit of a laugh and a bit of a joke, and he'll say it with a serious face. But anyone who knows him well knows that he's very playful. And some of the things, you know, might be his beliefs, but a lot of things he's saying are playing around and for shock value. And some of these idiots are taking it serious.
Been branded homophobic, sexist over comments towards.
He likes his house.
He likes his.
Homophobic. He likes his house, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's
comments towards Jessica Ennis, which she said she looked nice in a dress. I mean, is that really a newspaper worth story? Is it really?
That's it. What, saying she looks nice in a dress?
That's what he said.
It's a big compliment. She does, doesn't she?
He also
she's
said some other things about women, but about Jessica Ennis, he said that
she's an attractive athlete, isn't she? I mean, what is going on? And being homophobic as well. He's nothing of the sort. He's nothing of the sort. I've seen him in the company. I've seen gay people around him, and he has a laugh and a joke. He's not homophobic. He's a good crack. He's a good laugh, and all of this about he's not being a good role model for the heavyweight division. There's, if you're a kind, caring, sensitive, loyal person who goes out of your way to help people, even when you're the heavyweight champion of the world, how are they portraying him to be such a bad person? He's special. There's a lot of jealousy out there, and there's a lot of people with the daggers out. There really is, and they're stirring the pot at the moment. But it's not going to work. Look at Tyson tonight, Harry. Every single person in this place, he was getting pulled left, right, and centre. Every single person must have got an autograph and must have got a photo with him, because he's shattered after the few weeks he's had, and he's come here, support us, support Lenny, support Hughie, support everyone, and he's gave everyone pictures, autographs, and as per usual, he's one of the last to leave the building. And yet people are really trying to do a hatchet job, a witch hunt in the press for him. So it's good that you're going to get these sort of videos out to show the real.
We'll keep doing them. As long as they keep doing them, we'll keep doing them.
Yeah, but you must admit yourself, a lot of what Tyson does is tongue in cheek.
The majority of it is.
The majority.
People know when he's being serious.
Yeah.
And the 10% of stuff he says that are really not really to be taken seriously, but they have been and used against him this week.
Used against him. That's exactly what they're doing. So we're gonna have to find a way round for it, because everyone's got the knives out for him at the moment. A lot of jealousy out there.
They get bored, Mick, and something else comes up.
For sure.
All right. Well, listen, Mick. Thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you soon. Disappointing night here tonight, but keep us updated on the appeal and a possible rematch if you can get it.
Disappointing end, but like a great night's boxing. It was a tremendous show.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was just the end of that fight. It was just the referee. Then again, I suppose controversy always sells. But it's made great TV tonight. Channel 5 have had a fantastic show. But it's a little bit disappointing for myself and Lenny, because that was personal. I'm trying to get him the European title that he missed out on in Italy, because he never got a decision. He should have got a decision.
All right, Mick, thanks for talking to IFL TV, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks, KUGAN.
Thank you very much, Mick Hennessy.